So we're here for another Q&A session.
We've just got, I think it's around 10 questions. I'm going to kick things off with the first one from
So, hi guys. So this week we've got Eaton Mess in for our question and answer interview session. Do you want to say hi, guys?
Hello.
Hello, everyone. All right.
So we've just got sort of 10, 15 questions around the band, get to know you guys a bit more on a personal level and things like that, that come directly from the community itself.
Nice. Yeah, no problem.
Well, first off, to start off, where did the band name originally come from?
For me,
He just sat on the couch and
We
we just
were-
went, Eaton Mess.
yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. No, we were like sat as a whole band, all together, and we were like running through different names that everyone was bringing to the board. Like we had this big chart, like, of which one would be best, and there were loads. Like I could reel off 4 or 5 right now, which I'm not going to, because they're great band names, so I don't want to give them away. But yeah, no, there was loads. And I just came up with Eaton Mess in the moment, and I knew it as a dessert originally. That was my understanding of Eaton Mess.
Yeah.
And I just kind of thought in my head, well, we normally play at the end of the night. We're kind of what you would describe, I think, as like sweet punk. So I was like, Eaton Mess fits, and then Alex had a whole another meaning to it.
I didn't know what the dessert actually was. I just I'd never heard of the dessert. I just heard of Eton College, and so I was just like, man, what a great name. That's so political. I was thinking that at the same time. And then he was like, it's about the dessert. And he was just like, man, it's about the college. You don't know. So it was like it was a double meaning. And we were just like, let's just go with that, man. It's like, it was a great little moment. It made us laugh, and it stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it forms a core memory as well of actually forming that name, and it works on sort of both sides of that there. So what musicians and artists sort of inspire the band's music?
Wow, a long list. Yeah, it goes all the way back to like Ian Drury, the Bottleheads, and yeah, Ian Drury mainly, but it goes I don't know, bands like The Clash, The Streets, The Ramones.
Yeah, the Ramones were a big inspiration for me.
Yeah, a huge one for Alex. And then there's like your typical, your big stars, your AC/DCs. I remember listening to Thunderstruck when I was like 8 years old or 9 years old, and just thinking, bloody hell, I couldn't get it out of my headphones. I had one of those CDs spinning MP3, whatever it is, CD players, and yeah, I just couldn't stop playing it. That track, but In Excess, as well, were a massive inspiration when I was young. Then our dad was in a band in the 70s and 80s, and like the typical, your dad puts you on his knee whilst he's there strumming the guitar, and he's playing away, and that kind of stuck with me and Alex throughout our whole lives. Like whatever we did, whether it be rap or beat making, as Alex went into, or it just kind of stuck.
So we started in rap, really. Like our main influences started in rap, and then so we were used to talking about like daily issues and hearing about that through rap, and people who would literally voice that in their lyrics. So that kind of came into our style of writing lyrics now.
Yeah,
It is still very influenced by our rap influences back in
background.
the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
And then I made beats and I did a sound engineering course and and yeah, so it went on to making the whole music with the lyrics, which then brought us to where we are now. So we did a lot of rap, but we had a lot of rock influences
Yeah.
from when we were born.
But then there's like on the rap side, there's also, there's loads. There's Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Evanescence was a huge inspiration because she did a few rap numbers, and like
Yeah.
there was loads that merged over when we were young. That I thought like, yeah, this is great music, and I just remember it giving me that feeling. I had the same feeling with Eminem when I was young, same feeling with 50 Cent, and a lot of those guys, Lloyd Banks, all the G Unit guys that I was inspired by when I was really young. Um, but again, like the when we started doing it together, Alex was majority, playing on guitar, and we just thought we made 4 or 5 songs. People were like, "Oh yeah, that's kind of punky." And we were
Yeah.
like, "Well, should we be a punk band?" This is just how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
That's it. It wasn't like we didn't decide, let's be a punk band. We
Yeah,
just kind of, I picked up a guitar and I was just there like, I'm gonna make this. And then people listened to it and said, man, this is like punk. And we just
Yeah.
like, "Alright, cool. Yeah, we'll be a
that's
punk
that's what
band.
you think.
We'll be a punk band. But
Yeah,
then that doesn't mean that our style will always be
yeah,
punk,
that's it.
you
That's
know.
it.
We've got
No.
many different types of songs and many different types of influences that we'd like to incorporate in the future of the band, you know.
Yeah, and of course, as you grow as musicians, your influences will always change, and the music will always then continue to reflect that.
Naturally,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like modern influences, I'd say like you're looking at like Shame, Fontaines,
Idols.
Idols, Wonder Horse, Soft Play. The list really does go like it goes on. And we're listeners first, right? Like our dad was a musician. We love listening to music. So like when you hear a good band, like it sticks with you.
Yeah.
That's why we still keep in touch with not only the Skinner brothers, but Nothing Rhymes with Orange. Like we go to see them in
Yeah,
Bristol
they were
whenever we
great.
can, every opportunity we
Yeah.
can there. And like we've got quite a good relationship with those guys. So when we saw them at Dot to Dot, we also played Dot to Dot. But when we saw them, I was like, guys, that was like a fucking Wonder Horse set, and that is it's, they're getting better and better, man.
Yeah.
And so, what is your creative process like when it comes to music? Who sort of writes what within the band?
Well, the music is primarily is composed by me. So I'll just create the main guitar parts. I'll create the bass line with a synth, and I'll create the drums with samples or by playing it myself in MIDI, which also
Yeah.
involves samples. Um, and then I kind of give it to the band, and the band make what they want out of it, kind of thing. Um, but yeah, up till now, all the songs that we have out, pretty much.
Nah, not all of them. Not all of them.
Invisible, no. But yeah, there's a
But validation, no.
yeah,
Like that. So it depends. Like Alex, some days I'll come home from like I
yeah,
don't know work or boxing or something, and Alex will have written a whole new song. Like I mean, guitar piece, breakdowns, choruses, the
Yeah.
riff, the lead solo line, the bass, the drums. He writes everything, and then other times it will be like I'll present a melody line or a vocal line to the band, and Elliot, the guitarist, will come up with a line to my vocal, or Alex will,
yeah.
if it depends on who gets inspired by
It
it, but
depends on availability
um,
as well, of course.
yeah, but I'd say a lot of the newer songs that we're working on are made in rehearsals or made in jams or
Yeah,
um made as a as a whole band. So,
Yeah.
but
That
that
was
doesn't.
the aim. That was the aim.
That was always the aim, but it doesn't change the fact that songs change. Like when we made The End and released it, that whole release is MIDI. It's all Logic, right? It's all done on the
Yeah.
computer by Alex.
From the guitars.
The band play it and we play it really well, but that song was developed live more so than the recording.
Right.
Because the recording can't change, right? And we've added bits to the live performance and we've added bits, and it's actually been nice to kind of craft songs that way. So we'll have the original idea, and then the more we perform it, the more we show it to people, the more that tune develops.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of it's based off crowd reactions, how they feel in this part, are they liking this part, and you know, you craft songs that way sometimes.
There's
Yeah,
been
it really helps craft the show around there.
a good point. We have been evolving songs live,
Yeah,
by
massively.
playing them live, and
Yeah.
it gives you a new perspective on how a song should work, kind
Yeah.
of thing. Just cool.
Gives it a new life, doesn't it? That's
Yeah. So next question there then, a bit more on the lighter side of things. What would your go-to food be on the road when touring?
I mean, our bassist Ed, he usually likes to take care of us.
Yeah, he does.
In terms of not buying McDonald's and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
our lead guitarist Elliot, he loves an Indian before a show, which is a bad idea, but we love it as well.
Like, logically, it's a bad idea. Like everyone's running to the toilet before the show. You know how that works. So yeah, it's
We've done that a couple times now, and we just
rock it out,
it's
man.
always been a bad idea, but we always just loved it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could, you know, we could go for the typical McDonald's or whatever, but Ed since the start has always been like, why would you get a McDonald's? It costs the same to go over here, and
Yeah,
it's much better food. Like, don't you want an experience with it? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. To be fair, let's.
as a singer, I think that in terms of food that is good for performance and stuff, I've always gone for like a salad.
Yeah.
Something light,
Yeah.
you know, not a pizza, not a cheesy fried thing, because it kind of messes with your vocals. If you eat it too early before a gig.
But even dot to dot, like we went to the Bristol food market
Oh yeah.
before, just had a stroll around, went to the food market, found some incredible food as cheap as McDonald's, and then went and did an amazing show. Like it does make the day a lot better in
Yeah.
general. So yeah, that's just one of those items.
Jerk chicken.
Or
You
like
can't beat a bit of jerk chicken.
yeah, but sometimes mum will like prepare a whole batch of sandwiches, you know, as she does.
You
We'll
can't beat
turn
a
up.
pack lunch. You can never beat a pack lunch.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah.
We do have a couple of the food-related questions, actually. I'm guessing it's coming from with the name and things there. So one of the ones we have here is Marmite, yay or nay?
Nay,
Nay.
nay,
Nay.
nay.
Yeah.
Nay.
I don't know about the rest of the band.
Yeah,
That's-
probably yay for most of the band.
Probably,
I know
but
Troy likes it.
I don't know, man. I have like a varied diet. I don't say no to anything. But Marmite, I just can't do. Ever since I was a kid, I've not been able to.
Yeah, I don't know
That
why.
and salad cream. They're the two that
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one that came up there was pineapple on pizza. Delicacy or crime to man?
I mean,
Crime to man.
I don't particularly agree with it, but
There's two
I've had
answers.
I've had it on there, and I didn't mind it. I can't say I can't say I was against it.
So what were the two answers?
Crime to man or hidden delicacy?
Who?
Hidden delicacy.
Hidden delicacy. Yeah.
You'd say hidden delicacy. I'd say crime to man. Straight up crime to man.
Yeah. Like fruit on pizza, just it doesn't work for me.
I don't eat it. I don't eat it. Like I don't.
Like
It's not my
regularly.
choice.
Yeah.
But I've had it before, and it wasn't so bad.
Yeah, it is there.
Couldn't take that.
So obviously you've recently uploaded an acoustic of the Fontaines cover. when you've been away recently. I can see a lot of people have really been liking that. Is that something you're going to be looking to do more of?
No. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We I think, look, just tag Fontaines in the comments. Everyone tag Fontaines, and we might release another cover. We might.
Yeah.
Here's a little teaser. Sometimes, if it's the right show, we'll do Britney Spears "Toxic" in like a very punk way.
That's cool.
And yeah, it normally gets an amazing crowd reaction, but that's one we could potentially try and throw up there.
Yeah.
Providing people tag Fontaines. And
Maybe we'll do like a little rehearsal cover where we just put up a cat. I don't know.
yeah,
It's all it's all hypothetical right now. But it's a hoot either way. So if anybody wants more covers, then they need to tag Fontaines.
Yes. And what is the most standout moment for you guys as the throughout the band's journey so far?
Eating a McDonald's on the way back from it. No, I'm joking. I reckon it was Dot to Dot in Bristol, which is that festival.
Yeah, I'd have said the same.
Where we played Zed Alley, which is a little venue. But it was the first time we had the room packed full of strangers, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And people actually came to our show and said to us after the gig that they'd come to our show especially to watch us because they'd listen to our music and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was as small and futile as that sounds, it was just so
meant so much.
rewarding.
Yeah, so real. Like you get put on this festival lineup, and then like I saw because I'm the guy that checks all the streams and all the stuff. I saw the influx of streams in the like 2 or 3 days leading up to Dot to Dot. I thought, if this is that festival, there's going to be a few heads at the show. Like there'll be a few people, hopefully. And yeah, it was packed. There was like 150 people in the room. I honestly, like, and I for me, I'd say it was either the Dot to Dot show or the Skinner Brothers show back in October or November.
Yeah, I was there last November. That was a really good show.
Yeah, and it opened up so many doors, I guess, that weren't previously opened, which is a tough thing in this industry, is to get doors open. Like you guys connected with us instantly. You put us on a live stream that went to the USA, Canada, New Zealand, Australia. Like it.
Yeah, we were super hyped about that.
That was the furthest kind of reach internationally I think we'd had up until that point. And that was super grateful for the Skinner Brothers, Claire, their manager, and we also met Nothing Rhymes with Orange, who I think personally are going to be massive one day. So mark my words.
But it also that Skinner Brothers show, it propelled us in the sense that it really put us under pressure. Playing on a stage like that for a big band and stuff like that, it put us under pressure to play better. And since then, we've been so much more together, and we've been so much more tight.
Yes, it's brought the focus in a lot for you guys then.
Yeah, it's one of those things where there's a little click that happens.
Yeah,
and
it's like this works.
It's been stable since then. Our shows are very stable and thought through now, which is great.
Yeah.
We don't get so nervous coming onto stage as we used to when
I
we
never
first
get
started.
nervous, but
But yeah, I just don't have those same jitters. I'm a lot more sure about it. So thanks to the Skinner Brothers, and thanks to you guys for posting it and recognizing our hard work.
Yeah. And so at the moment, what's the dream gig for you guys? Who would you like to be supporting or playing with?
That.
Now that is a question.
I'd love to support Idols and play with Idols because they're Bristol based, and so are we somewhat.
Yeah. Dream gig. Holy shit. Sorry if I can't swear on this.
No, you're good.
Dream gig is probably Wembley Stadium, man. I'll be honest. Wembley Stadium sold out headline with the support bands we want to put on. That is my dream gig. Other dream gigs include a Glastonbury stage.
Yeah.
Dream supports would be right now, I'd say, yeah, probably Idols or Soft Play. And if Wonder Horse or Fontaines decided to get us on, then I'd also like die a happy man, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the moment, what is the best way for the fans to support you guys?
It would be to get in touch, to share our stuff, to give us some validation that we clearly don't need with our latest release.
That's more about like the society's validation of people and the weight. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. You listen to the song and you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's it.
But yeah,
Tag Fontaines.
Yeah, tag Fontaines.
Out, man.
What was the question?
So, wait. How can your fans support you in the best way?
Yeah.
Come to gigs. Coming to gigs is the best way. So just check out our socials, find out when the next gigs are. If you can make it, I know a lot of people are like further afield up north and in different spots, London and the USA guys. Obviously, I'm going to fly over. This it's not going to happen, but I think if you're in the UK when we're playing a gig, try and get down to it. The UK is a small country, so you can drive. From one end to the other in normally like 6 or 7 hours. So yeah, if you can make it, because we bring a lot of energy.
And we got merch.
We got merch that I can't find where to sell online yet. So the gigs is where it's at.
Yeah.
So if you want merch at the moment, it's currently at the gigs. Of course, you've got the other ways like Bandcamp and things like that as well. Always good to check on Bandcamp Fridays and things there. So moving on there now, what do you prefer? Do you prefer recording in the studio or do you prefer the live performance aspects?
Well, that is a question that is it's a contradictory one. For me personally, I'm very, very used to the studio environment because, as I mentioned, the production and the engineering and the creation. I'm a creator. I studied sound design. I made film music and stuff. I'm a creator of music. So I'm comfortable in the studio, but the amount of I never knew how rewarding it is to see somebody react and dance to the music that I've created or that we've created. It's a whole new feeling that I've never really known. So that is, I mean, it's 2 years. We've been playing for about 2 years now.
Yeah, about.
So it's something that's relatively new compared to the 12 years of studio I've been doing. So I'm still like coming to terms with it, but I think if it was to put a favorite in front of the two right now, it would still be studio because I just am in my headspace when I create. But I do love playing live. I do absolutely love it.
Yeah, I'd say live is what I love. Live is what keeps me wanting.
You're a showman.
Wanting to kind of create and wanting to kind of So it does back off of the performances, but it inspires me so much. Like it inspires me to create more essentially. So like I'd say shows. Yeah, live.
Yeah, he's a showman, isn't he? He does all the moves. He's got the hair that goes forward and backwards and stuff.
Likes to rock the crowd.
Yeah,
I just get up and do my thing. To be honest,
he's a rock and roller.
Yeah, man.
So the next question comes specifically from Nikki, and she said, "Hi guys, Manchester soon."
Do you know there's a few things in Manchester. We can't quite get in talk about it now. I don't think. I don't. I'm not sure if we're well. Basically, there's a Manchester-based company, I'll say, that are looking at us. To keep it vague. But yeah, the doors to Manchester could open real soon, hopefully.
So Manchester, keep your eyes out definitely on that one then.
Yeah, and
Oh, that'll be
and
so
Newcastle.
sick, man.
Newcastle would be a good one as well. We've been in
Manchester
talks.
would be so cool. I saw with Newcastle, but Manchester
Yeah.
would be so cool, man.
Yeah.
It's been in the pipelines for a while, and now it's just about getting there and
Yeah.
doing it.
Like we also, I'll just add, we had like an offer to play London gigs, like a lot of London gigs. Ended up, I think she presented like 20 days, something like that. And what's been tricky is finding availability on any of the dates, you know. Is it's really like really becoming tricky to navigate because
We're all working adults and we're all working for the
yeah,
man, and that's not what we want to do, but we have to in order to fund everything we do, kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's sort of then trying to find the separation between what we want to do with these gigs, but we've also got to be able to continue to support ourselves in the meantime then as well.
that's it.
And also, and that's where people can help with obviously the merch sales and things like that is the best way to help push you guys then to that level moving forward.
Yeah,
Just
it definitely would be. Yeah,
of just sending it, of just being like, right, I'm quitting my job. That's the aim.
Yeah,
yeah, but sometimes you have to go the other way, and you like what we've been doing is just trying to take every opportunity we can right now, because I've seen that like an opportunity, no matter if there's one person in the audience or 20, hopefully there's more than one, but every door opens a new door. And you just can't turn down any opportunities. Like, yeah, it's just tricky. So, right now, some of the shows we've got pre-booked that I really couldn't say no to. We've had to get session musicians in for, because I just couldn't say no. I
yeah,
legit didn't want to say no, so I said yes. I'll just find the guys to do it. Full stop. The show will go on. Not to mean that the original band members aren't the original band members. They are, and they will
yeah,
always be. But
They have trouble committing
when they're getting paid for a good job,
yeah.
I can't pay them that much. So yeah.
So
And when you're
let's
getting the opportunity of gigs, it is better to take them opportunities, even if you are getting a couple of session musicians in.
Yeah, because the end goal is still the same, and like if we can
Yeah,
get to the end goal with the guys, with the original guys, brilliant.
yeah,
It doesn't matter who played that gig or this gig, as long as we're still here.
you're all there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And are there any plans to get some physical copies of songs soon? So CDs, EPs, anything?
good shout. We've had a couple of people ask us that now.
There are plans.
Yes.
Can't say much more on that.
Yeah,
For now, but yeah, it's in talks. There's hard copies, like hot actual hardware, I guess.
right.
Yeah. So there's talks about it. I don't know how much we do, because vinyl is quite a lot to print, and there's
But CDs are affordable,
yeah,
and
yeah,
people still kind of have CD players. Vinyl's obviously coming back into fashion,
yeah. It
as
is.
Yeah,
one would say.
And
the
people
amount
just
of vinyl shops that pop up nowadays is
Yeah.
quite surprising.
It is. Well, it's nice. It's nice. I mean, fashion comes and goes, whether it be clothes or ways of what's it called, playing music, whichever, or painting. Fashion literally goes around. So
Yeah,
vinyl has come back around. I think CDs will come back around. I think cassettes will come back around. So all of that is a foreseeable right now. We've just started the t-shirts. I think the CDs will come.
Yeah.
Just need to keep an eye out for them.
I met a guy recently, a couple actually, an older couple, and they were we got chatting about music and life and all the ins and outs. And this guy said, "Oh yeah, what's your band name and stuff?" I said to him, "Well, yeah, we're Eating Mess," and he was like, "Oh, you on Bandcamp?" Straight away, I was thinking, "Whoa, like you know about Bandcamp?" I was like,
Yeah.
"That's crazy." And straight away, he was like, "Yeah, I'll go on there, but I like to purchase people's music as opposed to just stream it. I prefer to have, some ownership of the CD, so digital CD." Um, and I really respected that from him. I thought, do you know what? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I haven't seen that from many people yet. Um,
Yeah. I
outright just said,
suppose
I want to buy your music. It's like, okay.
It's
I suppose
nice.
that is a big thing at the moment, isn't it? It's the trying to find people who still use the physical rather,
Mm.
because everything is so accessible through Spotify, YouTube Music, and even Amazon and stuff now. They're monopolizing that sort of market,
Yeah,
which is running the CD sales right down in a way.
yeah, yeah,
It's unfortunate, but it's the reality.
yeah,
It's the way the world is going, and
yeah,
you have to run with the tide, man. You have to just. I mean, yeah, we want to sell hard copies and do it the old school way, but and it's it's not punk to say run with the tide, but like I said before, ultimately we're not all the time going to be a punk band. I
No,
guess.
you're gonna do your own. You're gonna do your own thing and what you find is best.
But yeah, regardless, you have to go with the times. You have to, because otherwise, then what is
saying that,
the younger generations? What are they going to do? They're going
saying that, I think if you look at um a portion of the world, they still buy only CDs
to,
and
yeah,
only all of that. So it's not something we don't want to do. It's just like if we had like loads of fans in Lithuania or something, then the likelihood is they'd buy a CD. They wouldn't
Yeah,
go on a streaming platform, or there are certain countries that just buy CDs or just buy the actual albums.
mm,
So there is still a huge market for it. It's just not in kind of not much in Europe, I think.
no, it's sort of finding the scope for it as you grow as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So the last question I've got you sort of to close out there now is what one of the lyrics from any of the band songs means the most to you guys?
yeah. Whoa,
Yeah, that's what out released.
Released.
Okay, released.
I've got
That
one.
narrows it down.
I know which one. I know which one I'm going with.
Go on, you say yours, I think.
If we don't do this now, we might never get the chance again.
Do you know that mine's from the same song?
Is it from
Um,
Quit It?
yeah, what the hell is the lyric? Um, it's
He's gonna have to rap his verse.
what's the lyric? It's the last two lyrics in my verse.
I'll still turn into a spitting image of my old man.
Yeah. But what's the lyric before that? I fuck it, I always forget. Yeah, I can't, on the spot and um
I know.
quit and just live. It makes you money, but money can't make you live. Like that fuel, music like the fire. Don't refuse. I use my to retire. Space and time waits for no man. Go forth. That plan. Just I don't have unhand me and let me free. I'll still turn into a spitting image of my old man. So yeah, that's my lyric. But essentially
Yeah,
what it means is let me free to the world, and I'm still gonna become what he is. I'm still gonna be a
yeah,
musician.
I'm still gonna be part of the same DNA, part of the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
influence that I was born, world that I was born into.
yeah,
And then it's
yeah.
that's all
That's
about
my
like
lyric.
if it's in the words, if we don't do this now, we might never get the chance again. It's literally just it. Like recently we've had like a family kind of issue where our cousin has had a fall and hit his head, and
Yeah,
he's been in a coma for 3 weeks, and that is just it's a testament to that lyric,
yeah.
to that
yeah,
particular lyric.
You got to live now, live in the moment. Don't wait,
Exactly.
don't wait.
And he's good.
Um,
He's coming back to us now.
yeah.
But
So if in that light, I'd say to people out there to just do something. Like if you really feel like you want to do something, then do it now. Don't
yeah,
don't Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the next day. Tomorrow isn't promised. Just
Because you might never get the chance again.
do it.
Yeah.
Literally now. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, they're both from the same song. That's pretty wild. I did not think
That's
that would be
brilliant.
We didn't even like. Yeah. Anyway, that's cool.
I wrote that Cook as well.
Yeah.
Well, to close out there now, guys, what is there anything upcoming that you guys would like to ask people to look out for? What's up next for you guys?
Little single.
Another Fontaines cover, do you reckon?
No Fontaines cards, reckon.
Depending how the tags go.
Depends if we could get through 100 of them at least.
100 tags on Instagram, we might release another color.
Yeah.
No, there's loads upcoming. We've been working hard. We've been grafting away in the studio. We recently rented. We're now renting a space as a band that has like a control room and a whole rehearsal live recording room, which has propelled the band's quality of music infinitely.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Because sometimes hardware is the only way to up the
analog
quality, right?
That analog sound, that analog warmth.
So we started renting that. It's helped us to make more tunes, rehearse more, get prepared for gigs better.
It's been showing, to be fair, that we've been playing a lot better live.
Yeah. But otherwise, apart from that's allowed us to kind of bring people to the studio, show them our workplace. There might be a label somewhere in the not so distant future, a single with that, and we keep pushing. We're aiming to get an EP out towards the end of the year. That's first for Renegade Roots.
Yeah.
First for the old Renegades. Yeah, no, I think it's a good place to announce it. I think we've got a couple of singles we're going to drop, and then we're going to be looking at a proper project. And then it's onwards and upwards from there. Really, it's yeah,
literally.
So definitely make sure everyone's following then on all the Facebook, Instagram, and everything like that. Hit the notification bells to catch everything that's coming up, so they don't miss anything as everything goes on.
Yeah, we make it sound like it's not, but it is.
And we don't announce a lot. We don't announce a lot online. We need to announce more on our socials and stuff. But yeah, get on our socials. We'll be posting a lot more content in the future.
Yeah. So what is coming up for you guys then? So over the next couple of months, what shows do you have planned?
Yeah, so we got a show at the King Arthur in Glastonbury, which is a massive venue around here. A lot of people know about it. It's got a big reputation for kind of live music, original bands and stuff. And they do a punk and metal night on a Thursday. So that's 21st of August, Thursday, 21st of August. That's ticket just on the doors. So it's £5 on the door. All profits get split between both bands, which is amazing. And then we're playing, I think our next gig after August is currently, so we got some free time, if anyone's looking to book a band. But our next gig will be 4th of October, and that's at Attitude Festival in Bristol, which is online. You can buy tickets for that online the links in our bio.
Yes.
The exchange.
That's at the exchange. That I mean, it sells out every year, so I'd urge you to get your tickets. Two main bands are Snakes and Soapbox, who are a Scottish band and another other band from England. Both in our scene, both in that punk scene, really hard like music, and I think it's going to be a hell of a night. That one particularly. And then 18th of October, we're actually back at the King Arthur in Glastonbury. So 18th of October, and that's for Rock Against Cancer, which is again really close to our hearts. We've lost people to the big C. And
we've already done a show for cancer.
For charity and for cancer. So we love doing charitable events. That Macmillan one particularly, it goes off every year. People really raise awareness around the area.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Rock Against Cancer in it, so that's the name people need to look out for. All money that night will be going to Macmillan. Nothing gets kept. So again, I'd urge you to, if you can, get down to the King Arthur, 18th of October
In Glastonbury.
in Glastonbury, and yeah, let's make it a hell of a night for Macmillan and for the bands involved. You know,
For the people suffering with cancer. You know?
yeah. So yeah, that's what we got upcoming right now.
That's great. That's great. Thanks, guys. That's great. It's brilliant. Well, thanks for coming on there, guys. And hopefully we shall have a couple of surprises from when we are in Brighton this weekend. Of the next coming week, she'll have a couple more videos coming up on the channel there as well.
Oh, yeah, we really appreciate this interview and connecting and all of that. Let's be together in this community.
Yeah, I want to thank Renegades and also Nothing Rhymes with Orange as well, for giving us a shout out on the previous video. But yeah, Renegades, you continue to amaze us, man.
Yeah,
you keep pushing us. You sometimes you keep me in check with your message and stuff. So, I appreciate it a lot. I really do.
Oh, that's no problem at all, guys. Well, that's great. Thanks for coming on there.
appreciate
it, Gareth.
Thank you for having us, man.
That is.